Welcome to Silent Symptoms, a Black mental health podcast. I am your host, Katasso Fridge, a Florida-based therapist. This podcast focuses on mental health, stigmas, and social injustices that affect the Black community. This podcast was created to bring awareness about mental health and can be used as an educational guide, but this is not to be used as a replacement for seeking help from a therapist. I hope you enjoy the podcast. Hi, welcome to Silent Symptoms, a Black mental health podcast. So today I'm actually doing a video that was sent to me via email. So one of the listeners was asking me for tips and tricks on how to end toxic relationships that are causing them anxiety. So this is a really good topic because a lot of people have gone through this at some point in their life, and we have to normalize that we've all been in toxic relationships that we're trying to get rid of or have gotten rid of. And it's really not an easy process to do this. And I think that, the first thing we have to know about anxiety, it comes in different forms. So we could have generalized anxiety. So we have anxiety just because, and then anxiety that is caused by stimulation, of things that are causing us stress. So for instance, like if you're in a bad relationship, you find yourself not wanting to go home, feeling anxious about what the relationship may be, or not speaking up or sharing your feelings because you're afraid that someone may take it the wrong way or the relationship may end badly. There are really different ways that this relationship may take course or the reasons why you are anxious. And I think that we have to normalize that. A lot of people experience this a lot. It's a normal thing. So I appreciate this person for sending me this topic because they want to know how they can get rid of relationships that are causing them anxiety. Number one, please understand that, the first step is understanding what do you want out of this relationship? Whether it's a friendship or whatever it is. So when you hear me say relationship, this is not exclusive to an intimate relationship, but it's talking about family members, friends and workers, whomever it is that is causing you anxiety. But we're going to focus on people that are closest to us and people that know us the best and that may be more intimate in our life, okay? So when you want to end a toxic relationship that's causing you anxiety, number one, analyze the relationship. What is causing that shift in your mood? Is it the relationship? Is it the things that the person does? Or is it overall how you feel? Okay. Analyze the entire situation. Analyze that, is this the person that I want to have around me for the rest of my life? And if I don't, this is the time to start making a decision. It all starts with a decision. So if you decide this relationship is not for me, I want to let it go, I want to move on with my life and go on to greener pastures, and I want you to understand that relationships with friends are the same way. We have lifetime friends or friends that we've known for a short period of time that bring us joy or bring us down. If we have people around us that are draining our energy, it's time for us to exit stage left. It's not necessary for you to stay around because of time. A lot of time that I've seen relationships come around, they last longer than they should because we are oh, this person has been around me, they've been there for me, and I need to stick around. They're going through something. The second part is stop making excuses for people. If it's a duck, it's a duck. It's going to quack like one. It's going to act like one. Let's not make it more than what it is. We have to come to the realizations that certain relationships are not beneficial for us and are not healthy for our mental health and the things that we're trying to do in life, right? So if you start to get into the position where you want to normalize or you want to make excuses, maybe you are in a bad relationship or a friendship that you want to get rid of. Number three is, okay, you really need to think about what you want. You want to end this relationship. What is your exit plan? When we talk about friendships, you have to make a decision. Number one, are you going to talk to this friend about what you're feeling? Do you no longer want them to be in your life? Or are you just going to stop talking to them? Both are okay options. If we know that this person is toxic or is able to manipulate us into sticking around, being their friend, maybe it's not the best thing for you to continue this friendship and try to have that discussion. It's time for you to let it go and probably stop talking to this person. I know that we live in a ghosting era where, people block you. Maybe this is an opportunity for you to stop talking to somebody and block them. Now, when we talk about relationships, those intimate relationships, I find that a lot of people stick around more for these ones than they do for friendships. These ones are really important because you have to analyze, is it safe for you to leave this person? Safety first. And are you guys living together? Are you guys not living together? Now, if you are with this person and you guys live together and you don't feel safe with leaving them, you have to come up with a safety plan. You may have to contact a therapist to talk about what your exit plan needs to look like. It could be like, before you leave that person, if you're afraid or anything like that, number one, you need to talk to a friend, somebody who's able to know where your whereabouts are, when you're planning to leave, and what the circumstances are going to be. Are you going to start packing your clothes little by little so that the person doesn't notice that you're trying to leave them? Or, what kind of placement are you going to have? Do you have to look for another place? You have to actually have a plan sometimes because, jumping up and leaving may not be as safe. And this is not saying you need to stay with this person long term, but gradually make those changes so that you can get away and be safe. If the person that you're with is somebody that you're not scared about safety purposes, have that conversation and say, this relationship no longer serves me. I do not want to be together and I plan on moving out or moving forward if you guys don't live together. So you just let them go, because what I've seen is that when relationships end and then you ghost them, they try to find you and try to look for you. So you need to just have the conversation and let them know that you no longer want to participate in what this is, a relationship, friendships, or whatever it is. So have that important conversation and then you just move forward on that. You don't want to stick around and be with someone where it's affecting your mental health. It really is not beneficial. There's a lot of wasted time that comes with that. If we're going to waste our own time, let it be us wasting our own time, not somebody else, because we give people too much power. Too much power. And we have to remember what our worth is. If I'm around you and I'm feeling anxious, I'm not happy, there's no need. There's no need for me to even be around you or to be with you. And it's okay. Whether you've been with this person for 5 years, 10 years, 6 months, time has no bearing on the type of relationship you're having with this person. They're probably not going to change if nothing has changed in the last 5 years, in the last 10 years, in the last 6 months. Who knows? But you're the one that has to measure that. Now, in the meantime, you have to journal your feelings. We have to get those feelings out in the open and share with yourself about how you feel. You could journal it in your phone. You could journal it in a notebook. Try to do it and put it at a place where that person can't specifically find it. We're trying to detox from this person that we've had in our life for a certain period of time. So it's important for us to be clear about our intentions, to be clear about how we feel. Because if we aren't clear about being done, we're probably going to go back to the same situation again. I hope you hear that. If we're not clear about what we want and how we want to move forward, we're probably going to go back. This is not for the people who want to keep going back to situations that continue to hurt them, cause them to be anxious, cause them to be depressed. If you're going to leave someone, what I found was you have to be tired of your own self, because this is not the first time that they're causing you anxiety. This is not the first time that they're making you feel upset. This is not the first time they make you feel alone, worthless, or whatever the scenario may be. You have to be able to listen to your own self and to be tired of your own self. Because when everybody else tells you, leave him, leave her, leave their friendship alone, you're probably not ready. So you have to be in a place where you're ready to move forward from that particular situation. Now, when you think about all of this, you also need to give yourself time. Time to let them go, time to move forward. And the best thing about letting go of toxic relationships that cause you anxiety is that when you separate yourself, you have time to think. Give yourself time. When you have the urge to call that person, to resolve these issues, find things to do with your friends. Friends that are better for you, friends that are there for you, people that care about you. Surround yourself with people that matter. Most of the time we go back because we're bored or we feel like that's the only thing that we deserve. We deserve more. We deserve love. We deserve care. We deserve appreciation. Because in this world, we each have our own person. So you have to align yourself and, be in the mindset where we believe that we can receive the things that we deserve. If we want somebody that's loving, caring, supportive, understanding, manifest that. You need to write that down. Write down what you want. Write down how you can move forward from that particular situation. Right? So if you've left this individual, leave them where they are. Let's not make the same mistake over again. And if we have made those mistakes, it's okay. We have to learn how to forgive ourselves. We cannot hold ourselves hostage to the things that we were meant to have lessons in. Because a lot of times we start to self-loathe. Why did I let this person hurt me? Why did I let this person abuse me? Why did I let this person, treat me less than? It's because sometimes it's part of the process. Sometimes we go through that and we have to learn that, okay, this person is not for me and I'm not going to allow anyone in my life to treat me that way. And once we establish that, we know that the next person that we're friends with, the next person that we're with intimately, we don't allow that. We have our boundaries. Okay? So the most important part is, if you are being abused, if you are being hurt, manipulated, all of the above, go to a therapist. Your friends cannot fix you. Your pastor cannot fix you. You can fix you by going to therapy and analyzing what your triggers are and how you can get past that. So if you guys have any questions, any concerns, detox, okay, from these people, send me a message and I'll be able to, respond to you in the best way that I know how. And also, I'm going to tell you, refer to a therapist in your area. I can't be your therapist necessarily, but I can still provide you with that support and lead you in the right direction. And also for you to find somebody that fits you best. And thank you so much. Welcome to Silent Symptoms. Bye-bye.
Thank you for tuning in. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our podcast. You can catch us on Anchor and all your favorite media streams. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Silent Symptoms Podcast. Let us know if you have any feedback or topics that you would like to hear.